Factor opinion, viewpoint, and perspective. We want to find out what is the author's perspective. What is his viewpoint? Why is it important to know what the author's viewpoint is? Yes, sir.
It shows that the author's bias.
Yes. When you know the author's viewpoint, you find out whether he's biased, whether the article is fact or opinion, or relevant, whether it's relevant to us or not. Now, the article we're going to go over today is One Bad Bug. When you think of one bad bug, what do you think about? Yes, ma'am.
A nasty bug.
Virus.
Bug. You think about something that's nasty, something that's like terrible. That's what you're going to think about. But today, when we read One Bad Bug, we're going to actually figure out what they're talking about, and we're going to answer these questions. We're going to predict what's the whole topic about, like we just did. We predicted what's going to happen. And then we're going to ask questions. Then we're going to clarify. And then we're going to see if we can visualize it ourselves and also summarize it. So now, everybody take out one. And make sure we're going to take Cornell-style notes, okay, while we go over the paper. I'm going to read the first paragraph aloud. And I'm going to pull out and use my commentary so that way you can understand and how to take notes, okay? One bad bug. It is a sickness that slams you like a hammer. That's the prediction that you get from that is like, okay, this paper, the text is about getting sick. So now, 1 minute you feel just fine, the next you know you're shivering and burning up, and your legs turn to jelly and your body aches. What makes this happen? What makes this happen? Something that makes you sick, like a virus, or like, they call it a 24-hour bug where you get sick. No matter how much you hate bedtime, when you have the flu, you just want to go straight to bed. They clarify exactly what they're talking about. Because in that sentence it says, when you have the flu. So they gave you all the reasons and everything for it. So basically they just told you, you get sick, your body hurts, and it's because of the flu. So now, with the second paragraph, it says flu season lasts from November to April. That is a fact because we can prove it, right? Prove that. And 31 states have already had big outbreaks. Hospitals are packed. I'm sending home twice as many kids as I usually do, says Jan Allen, the school nurse in Lubbock, Texas. Even though in the ordinary flu season, 1 out of 10 Americans catches the bug. Children have the highest attack rate, says Dr. Carolyn Bridges of the Center of Disease Control in Atlanta, Georgia. With that one, it tells you, that whole paragraph right there is basically about facts. Because it gives you where you can go to find the information. Now, the next 2 paragraphs is Tiny Virus, Big Trouble. I need for y'all to read those 2 paragraphs to yourselves, and then we'll go over it, okay? Take a minute to read it. While you're reading, take out a piece of paper and do your Cornell notes, okay? Now, has everybody had time to read it and jot down a couple of notes? And the two paragraphs, the key word that should have stood out to you, most importantly, was invaders. Now, when I read it, I'm going to stop and go over that word as I get to it. Like the common cold, influenza is caused by a tiny virus. It spreads from person to person on wet droplets of a cough or a sneeze. Once inside the body, the virus goes into the lining of the lungs, nose, and throat. There, the invaders make copies of themselves and spread further. Now, in that paragraph, they give us a lot of facts. Because one, they tell us that the common cold, the influenza for short, and they call it the flu for short, is caused by a tiny virus. So everybody knows that right there, we already know that the influenza is almost like the common cold, just a little bit more severe. It spreads from person to person from wet droplets of a cough or a sneeze. Once inside the body, the virus settles along the linings of what? The lungs,
the throat,
lungs, nose, and throat. So now we're going to go to the second paragraph. It says a healthy person can usually fight off the flu in 3 to 5 days, but another sickness often follows. That's what happened when Philip went from 10, New City, New York. After a week, he finally beat the flu. Then I got an ear infection, he says. So pretty much after you get over the flu, you're susceptible to getting more infections. So he said, as soon as I got better, I got the ear infection. So I was still sick. But that's just because his body defense was down. Now, the last 2 paragraphs, I'm going to read that for you. For elderly people and people who suffer from asthma and other illnesses, the flu can be dangerous. Doctor says these people should get a flu shot vaccine every year. So now, they're telling you that old people who suffer from asthma and other illnesses, it can be very dangerous for them. Yes, sir.
How does the vaccine work?
The vaccine? The flu vaccine is actually, they're injecting you with symptoms of the flu. So you're actually getting the flu ahead of time, but with more antibodies to fight it off. So you know how you have white blood cells in your body? What it does is it builds up their defense. So when you actually get a chance to be susceptible to the flu, your body already has the necessary immune system it needs to fight it off. So you have more white blood cells than you actually need. So just in case you do get it, your body can fight it off real quick. Yes, sir.
so they're injecting you
With the flu.
what's making you feel bad?
Yeah. It does make sense. It does make sense. It does make sense. Like,
They're not giving
It's
you,
when you
they're not giving you no
Feel this.
cure.
No, they're making you, because once you have it, you can't get it again, because your immune system already
You get it.
has a necessary
Already
defense system it needs to fight it
already
off.
recognizes it.
There you go.
But you still get the flu.
Yeah, but
It's not
It's
bad.
not as effective
Oh,
because
it's
it's
not as
already
bad.
getting fought off.
Yeah. See, you got it. Now, it says, the last paragraph, it says rest and drink plenty of fluids is the key to getting over the flu. And you should stay away from other people, warned Dr. Bridges. It's not a nice thing to pass to your friends in the text. So now, it tells you that old people, elderly people, they shouldn't get sick. So they need to get vaccines because their body immune system isn't that strong. Now, it tells you what you need to do to help you get over the flu. What do you need to do? Yes. Drink fluids. And rest. So now, the nice thing, it tells you it's not a nice thing to pass on to your friends. Why isn't it?
Because it's gonna, and then you get worse. And it's so bad.
Good. So now, let's go to the board. Let's go over to viewpoint. What's the topic?
One bad luck.
The viewpoint. What's the author's viewpoint?
Dangerous.
What's dangerous?
The flu.
Avoid it.
Okay, what's the supporting detail behind it?
Say this one.
Yeah, what's in the text? What does it tell you that you know that it's dangerous, it's contagious, and you need to avoid it?
It's set up in the line.
That's a sickness that slams you like a hammer.
Yeah, it's a sickness that's landing like a hammer. It affects the lining of your lungs, your nose, and your throat.
Your body aches.
It scratch on the person on the wet droplet of a cough or a sneeze.
Good job. Okay, now, what's the opinions that y'all found in? Yes.
The flu affects everyone.
Yes. It affects everyone.
It's not a nice thing to pass you off to the person.
Good. And those are basically the two opinions that we have. But now you can actually understand what the author viewpoint is of the informational in the text. So this is an informational text and it's based on fact or opinion. Thank you.